Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. If today is your first time of seeing me, I'm Ejiwa. Please subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. And to my returning subscribers, I say a very big thank you for always stopping by. The Ghana Immigration Service recently conducted an operation to remove foreign nationals involved in street begging from Accra streets. The operation aims to repatriate undocumented foreign nationals humanly. It is again to disrupt criminal networks facilitating their operations and is to as well reduce street congestion, enhance public safety, and address child exploitation. I think this is a good move on the side of the immigration service because these children are so vulnerable, and this is not even the first time they are embarking on such exercise. They've done it before and they are doing it again. These children are so innocent and their parents are depriving them of their childhood. It's very pathetic because how can a little child as young as 3 years, 4 years be on the streets all in the name of begging? And by the end of the day, they'll go and render an account to whoever that brought them on the street. Let's think about the future of these innocent children. They are the same people who end up on the streets and be committing crimes, which you wouldn't like your kids to be in that state. So let's encourage the immigration service to do more, at least for the future of these kids.
The move is part of effort to address growing concerns over the increasing presence of non-Ghanaian street dwellers and potential human trafficking. At the end of the operation, the Ghana Immigration Service GIS removed 2,241 street children and their guardians from the streets of Accra. Assistant Commissioner of Immigration, Michael Amoakwata, Head of Public Affairs, disclosed that all the arrested immigrants are currently undergoing profiling and medical screening before being repatriated to their respective home countries.
An operation that had been sanctioned by the Comptroller General of the service to raid the streets of Accra of foreign beggars and also to disrupt networks of criminal elements, and then also to repatriate all undocumented beggars in collaboration with their respective embassies in the country. And then we are to ensure that this operation is conducted in a very humane way, in consonance with our core value of respecting the human rights of every individual, be it a Ghanaian or a foreign national. All these persons are currently undergoing profiling. When they arrived, we had various tents set up and officers. We have the GIS clinic on standby to conduct medical screening for any of them, especially children.
While several of the arrested migrants argue that their presence in Ghana is driven by extreme circumstances back home, some Ghanaians express support for the action taken by the Immigration Service.
So I strongly agree with the Ghana Immigration Service for implementing this because they being in the country, it's not by like you giving the money, that's the problem, but it's like giving them the money serves them to bring more kids to come back for the money, and this is not fair for and not okay for the health of the kids.
About these people, there's nothing wrong concerning about what they've done like this. It is right for them to go because living on the streets and some of them are homeless. So with this, if the government don't send them back to their country, it can be a whole burden and expenses on the government expenditure.
So actually, it's very advisable for them to take such a bold decision. For me in person, actually, whenever I find myself in the street, they begin to get into me asking for money, and I think they taking that bold decision will stop these things that goes on the street whenever I find myself on the street. So this is my take on what the immigration service has done.
Assistant Commissioner Mwakwata further explained that the crackdown aims to dismantle criminal networks exploiting vulnerable migrants and that the Immigration Service are in talks with several embassies across the continent to facilitate the repatriation of their nationals.
Buses are ready to convey them to their various destinations. We are in talks again with some of the embassies of these nationals, and they fully support what we are doing. Some of them couple of years back, conducted such exercises on their own. So we have their backing. And if any embassy, for that matter, will want to remove their nationals by air or whatever that means, the service is really ready to support such an effort.
Authorities emphasize that this operation is only the beginning of nationwide effort to tackle it.
From Accra to Odako, many papa say, we are many sada. Some who say, Montichiri, Sangrofo, Radio Marco, Okwabo Sokai, or friends and Zongo, which house, opposite. Monco, the Omo my own. Ultimate chrome, and Quack the air question. You will nip on Cran Crodium, Sangrofo, Omojuam Husika, and conform your parties and conform. I guess, Mr. Abu Bag is this woman fear. A few yellow, we are up on camera and to so. Me will suspect, sir. Wow. Not near yet, him say, able to drive pavement is able to jump when I Google for fear. No, I'm woman never behind toilet. It's baby or down or Hano Bene. Baby, area, Opamofa, warrior, Monco, be a salayo. It's your money, baby, at Tenua. Omoniaman, Mumis Asaway. A drama, Jua, and Omuchipia. Me who be almost the free naba. Me phone. So
good for us to get a better understanding of the entire situation. So yes, we are at Kaneshi, and immigrants, a lot of them, as you can see on your screens, they are gathered and they are being conveyed in buses to wherever it is they are being taken to. We cannot tell, but we intend to get more information. As I mentioned earlier, the officers are not willing to speak with us.
We are at the Obeche-Bilamte interchange, where the Ghana Immigration Service has conveyed quite some number of immigrants in the country. According to them, they said they are trying to remove the beggars from the street. And then if you can see, the Ghana Immigration Service bus is behind me right now, taking them to the headquarters. According to the immigrants, they are around just to search for food to eat.
Finding food has become a problem for us. Our husbands and relatives have been killed, and we can no longer stay in our country. We are here only to find something to eat, nothing more.
We also have some Ghanaians that are expressing appreciation to the government and the Ghana Immigration Service for the exercise.
And spend the entire day begging for money. They refuse to do any work for themselves. Even our Ghanaian mothers sell water to earn a living. If we were willing to sell water or do any kind of work, we wouldn't have a problem with them. We are truly grateful to the government and the Immigration Service for their efforts.
I don't think it's a bad thing to go to another man's country to find what to eat. Everybody does it. But the activities involved is the issue here. You can't just walk to somebody's country and start begging. It's not right. You can find work. There are lots of people cutting nails, collecting refuse, carrying loads for people. It's fair. But for you to go and sit somewhere, send your children to go and be begging for money, it's not a good thing. It's not a good move. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.